Hi everybody, it's Julia, your trusted travel expert, helping you find that je ne sais quoi wherever you are in the world. And I am back for part 3 of my Uganda trip recap. And this one might be pretty long as well because we are focusing on the vast and wonderful Queen Elizabeth National Park. That is probably, I think it's the second largest game reserve in Uganda, and we went all the way from the north region all the way down to the south region of Ishasha, and so I am going to take you through that now. First of all, we had to start driving back down from Ndali Lodge, and we stopped in Kasese and did a little shopping because they've got some great fabrics in Africa, and I wanted to note, you'll see in one of my pictures, the little corner shop that we pop into for some road trip snacks and things like that. The COVID protocols that they had in this little corner shop. You had to wear a mask, you had to get your temperature taken before you could even go in the shop. And they had even a rope keeping you from just walking in. So just keep that in mind. And then we got right into the game. So I will jump right into it. All right, so since our first afternoon's drive wasn't, that exciting, it was beautiful and we saw some really cool stuff, as you saw, but we didn't see any big cats or predators or anything. And so Sandy, our group organizer, was insistent we be on time because if you weren't in the lobby at whatever time it was, you were gonna get left. And the reason is because the on-the-ground operators, Adventure Consults, they had arranged after our game drive that afternoon for us to do a drive in the morning with James from the Uganda Carnivore Program. And this is a wonderful nonprofit NGO that works specifically in Queen Elizabeth National Park because it has so many humans living both in and around on the borders of the park, because of when it was established as a national park, that there is a lot of human predator conflict. And that is both ways, right? That is animals, killing livestock, but also that is humans poisoning the dead livestock to then kill all the, lions and leopards and things like that. And so the carnivore program goes around and they do collar certain cats, and they go around and track them and protect them. And so we got to ride around with James and it was amazing. Check it out. He's tired. She's leaving him on a Mary Chase. There she is. I mean, how cool is that? That leopard was so beautiful. On our way home from the cats, we also had a really special moment with a large herd of elephants. They were wallowing in a mud pile with a baby, but none of my pictures came out because that was a little far. But then they came over across the road, and this one giant bull spent, like a minute and a half, rubbing himself on that tree. And we just had a fabulous time spending time with those elephants. I mean, I love elephants. And get ready because there are going to be a lot more. We stopped really quick at the hotel to rest and refresh and recharge, and then it was time for our cruise along the Kazinga Channel, which was such a highlight. I mean, it was amazing. unlike our previous Nile cruise where we got into all kinds of shenanigans, we didn't bring alcohol with us on this one. And the game was so spectacular that we were too busy taking videos and pictures. So I hope you enjoy this.
There's the look. The step. The charge.
Here comes the big one.
Here comes the big one. He's moving.
He's like, I'm on it.
Oh, there's another big one. Look at the big one behind him.
Wow.
That's even bigger.
God.
Up.
Good luck.
Totally non-sarcastic
scolding. All right, easy. I didn't like that little blue car that came out of nowhere. Why is he speeding like that, Richard? Because he's afraid?
And today I am at the Mwea Safari Lodge in Uganda. This is on the Kazinga channel in Queen Elizabeth National Park. And I've just had a dip in this beautiful pool, and I just wanted to give you a quick panorama of where we are because it's stunning. So like I said, nice big pool, very refreshing. Under that patio is the restaurant where I'm about to have lunch. That is actually a lake. That is Lake Edward, I believe. And then a little peninsula of land that we drive in and out of for our game drives. Over to, this is the Kazinga Channel, which empties out of Lake George into Lake Edward. And there are a bunch of little islands. And then I don't think you can quite see from where I am, but all the way over there is a bunch of game. There are elephant, hippo, and buffalo drinking from the side of the water. And then these are the rooms down that side that we're staying in. And it is lovely. It's a little bit a Sheridan in the bush, but it's totally fine. And huh?
Oh, the mongoose is sleeping.
Sundowners. They're so fun. After those wonderful sundowners at Mwea Lodge, it was time for us to say goodbye to the northern part of Queen Elizabeth National Park and drive south down to the Ishasha region. And we knew this was going to be a long drive. It's a long drive no matter what. And the road through the national park is, again, not great quality, and they've had horrible rains. And also that's another route that large trucks take from the DRC into Uganda. So we were warned and we knew that it was going to be pretty rough. And then there was an added complication of there was maybe a bridge out. And so there was a point where we were going to get to, and then we were going to radio ahead and find out if we could keep going before we were going to have to take this big detour. Good news is that we didn't have to take the detour. But even though the road quality was like just passable, we started noticing in our sort of haze of driving just butterflies everywhere. And it really turned into this magical fairyland of butterflies. And I hope that some of these shots and videos give you some example of that. I mean, it was incredible. So isn't Ishasha Wilderness Lodge like the cutest? We loved it so much, and we were so sad because we only got one night there. But we had two really fantastic, two of the best game drives that we had down in Ishasha. See, Ishasha is famous because there are tree climbing lions there. And the reason why this is a big deal is lions are great big. They're the largest cats that there is. And so they typically stay on the ground, but they're in Ishasha and then two places, I think in Tanzania. For some reason, the lions there have adapted a behavior of climbing up into trees to rest for the afternoons. And they like these great big, like fig trees or trees with great big branches, obviously, that are big enough for them to stretch out on. And they have favorite ones, but you don't know if they're going to be at that particular one or in one that's driving range. And as you will see, we at one point were not sure that we were going to even make it to where the tree would be where they hopefully were. Spoiler alert, we did, and they were. So it was amazing. All right, so we're in the savannah at dusk, and that car is like halfway in the mud. That's our car. And then that's our rescue car, who I think is also stuck, but we'll see. Wish us luck. Ugandan cob everywhere the eye can see. So that was our last beautiful morning in Ishasha, and it was so gorgeous that we almost didn't even care that we were frustrated that we missed the predators. We figured out, you saw that last kill, we figured out that the 2 big male lions that roam around the region by themselves had come and chased the hyenas off, because I personally was so excited to finally see my first hyena, and we were hunting for them just back and forth. But we couldn't find them, and when we found that kill, our guide explained to us that that was probably a lion kill, and that's probably what had happened, is those 2 big male lions had chased off the hyenas. And that's why the cob were so, distressed in the morning, because we had probably just missed it. We were like 1 watering hole away from where that kill probably was. But just seeing the seas of cob getting ready to go down that big hill into the valley where the camp is, it was just stunning. So just like that, it was time for us to end our time in Queen Elizabeth National Park and head to our next destination, which is Bwindi Impenetrable Forest and the gorillas, and that will be next time, so stay tuned for part 4. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.